Hi everyone, my name is Lucas. I wanted to show how I made these Tearout Gun Basses. Before I get started, I'm just going to play through what I made. So I think I had a different approach this time. Usually I'll just make my basses all in serum, but this time I had a slightly different approach where I decided to just make a sub bass using serum, and it has a pitch envelope on it and just controlling the chorus pitch, and LFO1 is doing the pitch control. So it sounds like this. And the sub bass sounds really like crunchy because it has a lot of distortion. Also here in my mixer, I have 3 dispersers, I have an OTT and camel crusher, so the sub bass is just being really heavily processed. And the thing that's pretty different about this approach is that I decided to just throw in tonal snares in there, and I found some tonal snares in D sharp. That's the note that I'm playing here, and I have the snares routed to mixer track, and that's being sent into the same channel as the sub bass. And the tonal snare doesn't really have that much. I have a serum effects on it with some hyperdimension, and I just have the mix to 50 and the size to 0 and the mix at 20 for the hyper and the detune and rate all the way up. And then I put a filter on. I set it to combs and just messed around for a good spot, and you can hear that the snare sounds kind of different now. Sounds like that. And without the serum effects, I'll just play it. You can just hear it's a I have to turn off the other effects because it is routed to the same channel as the sub, so I'll just turn those off really quick. I don't think we have anything else on it. That one's just the EQ taking off the sub, and it does sound really weird because the snare is really stretched. I could set the time back to what it was before. Yeah, so it's like just a really short snare, and then I decided to just stretch it out to make it sound really weird. And then I put the mode to Stretch Pro, and then I linked it there, put on the serum effects that I showed you, routed it to the same track as the sub bass, added the dispersers and ODT and camel crusher, and I think I also just put this glitch effect to make some different variations, and then I sampled it with Edison, and that way I can make different variations in the bass if I wanted like a glitch effect for the bass or something like that. And so together sound like this. And then I also have a channel pitch for the snare, so at the end it's just pitching all the way down. I'll just play that right here. And then we could just try this out with several different snares. So I think I have some already that I was using earlier. Like this snare we could try. And then again, this one is linked to the same channel with the same processing as before. And so, and then you could try different timings or just stretching this snare out to different timings. Get different effects. You can mess with the pitch automation. So maybe we could have it go steeper at the end, and we'll just set this to 50%. Maybe more. I forgot to route I could route this pitch to the automation clip that I have right there. There we go. And that sounds a little funny. We could also set this to 12. And then now maybe we can just put this at the end. And you can just get a lot of neat effects. I just went on to Splice and found a bunch of tonal snares, and then I just kept on throwing them over the original snares, and then that way they had the same processing and everything. And then I also would just mess around with the sub bass, like maybe take some high end off of the sub bass if I didn't want it as gritty. Then I could move the envelope more inward, and I could just kind of come up with a lot of different samples. So I did have a little pack I made here, and these are all the little basses I made. See that little glitch effect at the end? That's what I was using this the Deep Blue glitch plugin for, and then I would just record the variation, and then I would just render them out and have them in a folder all separate so I could use it in a song if I wanted to. And then I ended up using those rendered files to create that loop that I played in the beginning. So this is just a quick technique I just wanted to show. Try to grab some snares and blend it together with the sub bass, and maybe affect the pitch, and maybe add a Comus filter to the snare and see what kind of cool effects you can get, because some of these sounds are pretty cool. I'll put this little pack of the sounds that I had made, and I'll put it in the description for these ones. And I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope this helps.